All right. Something that I didn't appreciate when I was in art class that I now appreciate a year after I've graduated and I've reflected on everything that I've learned, is something that my TA pointed out on one of my later art critiques, and it was that, well, he noticed every student was just coming up with narratives about what they thought an art piece was during the critique. And it perplexed me because I was like, that's what I was used to. That's what every student had done during art critiques for about the 5 years that I had been in art class. I know it took me 5 years to get my degree. Let's ignore that part. But everyone just did that. Everyone came up with narratives, and I thought, oh, that's us coming up with meanings for the artworks, right? Because you're supposed to think about the meaning of an art piece. So when he said that, I was confused, and I was like, I don't know why that's such a big problem. Until I had got into one of my art history classes, and the professor asked the students, okay, because we were studying Impressionism, we were trying to get a better understanding of how to analyze Impressionist paintings in the time for the time period or whatever. So he just gave us a bunch of Impressionist pieces, because they were very new and very provocative at the time. They did not conform to academic status, so they were very different. And he wanted us to kind of just look at the paintings and and tell him what we saw. Literally, just what do you see? What colors do you see? What brushstrokes do you see? What scenery do you see? Like, super simple, like almost elementary, actually. And I get why it's difficult, because, like, yeah, we see it and we know what we see. Why do we need to go through the extra mundane effort of telling you what we see when we already know what we see? But, like, you don't know the meaning of a book unless you read it word by word by word by word by word. You have to go through the monotony of reading each word to understand the entirety of a book. And it's the same thing with a painting. It's just abstracted, and it's not as direct as reading words. You have to piece it apart. You have to coach yourself into being like, okay, here's the colors I see. Here's the amount of colors I see. Here's the value of colors that I see. Here's how they're dispersed in a painting. Is there any specific color theory that's being used? It's simple. It's almost like what little kids do. It's just like, oh, painting is red. Oh, or painting is a flower. But you have to do that to really understand a painting. And now I understand why my TA was telling us to not just jump straight into narratives. Because we also don't even know if that's what the artist wants. We don't even know the story of the artist. We're not even piecing together the small little, like, visual points that the artist used. And now I understand it. Now I'm like, I appreciate it.